the nations were supposed to see these people in covenant with God, their politics a certain way, their worship a certain way, their families a certain way. They were supposed to see church, family, and state and say, we want this for us. We want families like this. We want a state like this. And we want worship like this. And what we have in America is we have a Christianity which has rejected 3/4 of the Bible for the most part. Dispensationalism sees us as understanding Christianity in light of Matthew to Revelation. And on top of that, because of our radical two-kingdom, Escondido and these kind of two-kingdom folks, which it's just functional Baptist theology and dispensationalism for paedo-Baptists. We reject the Deuteronomy 4 paradigmatic jealousy points, right? This is the blueprint for all the nations, states, as it pertains, generally speaking, not particularly to Israel, church, state, and family. Here is the blueprint for the nations to embody this and then make Israel jealous. And we have a bunch of people in the West who have butchered the paradigm that God has given us, right? The Great Commission, go and take what is so in Israel, drop the typology, drop the ceremonial, drop the shadowy, take what we see in this little place and make disciples of nations, so that now Deuteronomy 4 can be a global thing. But we have a bunch of Christians who have bought into this 1/4 of the Bible spirituality. We're not attracted to Israel. We're not attractive to Islam. It's, bro, that whole podcast that we were talking about doing, Islam looks at Christians and their pietism and their Gandhi-like spirituality and their dualism and their just anemic spirituality that is no longer comprehensive, like our roots come from. And like, it's a joke. We're not making people jealous. We are actually making God look bad. And so I find this whole situation to be indicative not simply of the decline that persists in Israel, the apostasy there in Muslims and Jews, but also the great decline amongst the covenant people of God who now have the oracles and have the Trinity, right? And have the creeds and confessions. Like our areas and our cities and our families are not attractive. They're not a jealousy point. And part of it is because dispensationalism, the Enlightenment, the Finneyism, all these things have eroded a robust, comprehensive, sphere-saturated Christianity. And we're not attracting anybody. As a matter of fact, we are in many ways under judgment as Christianity has saturated America. We have been very privileged. John Knox said something very interesting. He says, any nation now that comprehensively embraces Christ can see themselves in an Israel-like way. This is our tradition. This is our past. This is our forefathers, right? So if we can see the blessings of Israel as Christianity saturates the people, we can certainly also see the curses, right? And as we look to Israel and we look at how unbiblical Christians are over here in processing Israel, we see a much greater issue, right? A need for not just revival. So we were talking about revival in Palestine and Tel Aviv, but guess what? Revival needs to happen over here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like if Jesus were to come to the earth today, he wouldn't cleanse the temple. He would cleanse the pulpit, right?
That's right.
That's Leonard Ravenhill saying that, this, Armenian guy, he can say some good things sometimes. He would cleanse the pulpit because the eschatological Zion is less than what it used to be, right? And now we're all just waiting for Christ to come back, while the inevitable decline and depravity and darkness perpetuates. But don't worry, after the whole world goes to hell, we'll get raptured and escaped, and then things will be prosperous in Palestine someday. And so we don't have, let's just be honest, we don't have a robust enough Christianity to even send people to Israel to actually truly robustly bring Christianity to Israel, because our Christianity is so sub-Christian, right? Like, so it's like, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, like, what we see here, it says more about the whole globe at this point in time than it does about just that space. That makes sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to you know, check ourselves, man. Examine ourselves, and pray the Lord have mercy, and He will, man. And He's cleaning the pulpit. You know, he's you see these exposures of pastors, you know, these people who, you know, I remember in the Southern Baptist, they had all these pastors who were involved in scandals. That's God cleaning the pulpit, man. He's cleaning out denominations, the whole woke thing that's come up throughout the years. Like, it's God cleaning house, man. And just by way of encouragement to everyone, man, like, you know, you could see a cleansing, or you could see apostasy and think that things are never going to get better. And because how could they? And man, listen, bro, you look throughout history in the scriptures and you see God can wipe an entire generation away and then raise up a new. That was John the Baptist, right? You know, I'll raise up from these rocks, you know, they'll praise me.